Fusion is Keyloop's automotive retail platform. About 30 years ago, the DMS, or Dealer Management System, was a technology that helped run and pretty much do most of the technical operations and administration for dealers. But the onset of digital, the emergence of new tools and technology, that really created not only challenges, but a very complicated ecosystem where we've got automotive companies now having to manage very complex ecosystems. So the tools that were there that I think were for the right reason, solving problems, have now created quite a big mess. And that challenge is really what we're facing and dealing with through Fusion. What we're really talking about here is Fusion is connecting the ecosystem. At the heart of everything to do with technology is data. And in the automotive retail or automotive sector, data is all over the place. We have manufacturing data, we have finance data, campaign data, marketing data, customer data. And what we really need to do to make a joyful, connected journey for consumers to, number one, buy vehicles, but then to own vehicles and continue that ownership, is to try and make the technology work on behalf of, number one, the consumers, but also all of the value partners, the manufacturers, the dealers, the financiers and fleet providers in the market as effectively and efficiently as possible. Modern day consumers, I mean, us, everyone, we use technology, digital media, we use our phones on a day-to-day basis to absorb messages, to interact with brands, interact with products. And really what we're doing is we're trying to make it as effective and easy as possible. Now, if you think about all of the information, the data, all of the choice that consumers have and the research that they can now do and consume that information, we are definitely in an age where consumers are very, very well informed about their decisions. When it comes to automotive, though, we have this age-old adage that we have to smell, touch, feel the leather, feel the steering wheel, get inside the vehicle. We are seeing definitely more, especially of a younger generation, I think, happier to buy vehicles online. But that does not get past the simple fact that a showroom is really built to engender that feeling, that passion, that emotion that buying a new car really is all about. And that's what we want to get to the heart of, supporting both online and offline. I think the art of a good salesperson is really about making people feel comfortable, making people feel welcome, enthused about the buying process or the product that they're actually interested in. When you can do that, you're really adding a layer of service and personalisation. Let's be perfectly honest. In this day and age of zeros and ones of digital media, there is a big part of depersonalisation. The weird part about it is, of course, digital now knows more about us than probably ourselves. So it's really about blending all of that information, that data, the proclivities, the really sentiments and emotions of that individual. But then if you can use that and enrich a sales process, really augment a salesperson's, I think, experience and the way that they can interact and the information they can use to enrich a sales process, you'll be in a really good state. So let's talk about AI. AI is essentially using computing, using technology, using algorithms in order to automate a lot of processes that are potentially a human has performed in the past. Now, most automotive dealers are really investing and looking at AI in terms of the way that they can augment and facilitate sales processes, service and after-sales solutions. So we've got an experience layer where you're seeing a lot of investment, especially, for example, in chat agents online, where some of the information can be provided automatically. And in fact, they're so good now, we're seeing sort of 49% conversion from AI chats. And actually, more than half of the UK's retailers, the top retailers, are using AI currently. That's growing. AI is really the next computing cycle. I talk quite a lot about the fact that computing cycles get compressed over time. If you go back into the sort of 70s and 80s, we saw mini computers, microcomputers, PCs. Around 2000, we saw the advent of digital, the web, that explosion, more users, faster. And what we're at the moment now is AI. And it is only a couple of years ago since ChatGPT launched to the market, and everyone is using it. In fact, if you look at UK automotive, 80+% of chief executives are involved and promoting AI programs within their business, and is an active part of what they're doing. So it's an investment in it. It's a very, very important part of the future of the automotive sector. So Fusion takes that data, creates all of those connections, and then what we do is we layer over the top of it a lot of AI, agentic AI, in order to automate and augment as many of those processes as possible. It doesn't get past the fact that you need the data controlled, contained, safe harbored, and really used in a measured format. But AI over the top of structured data, which is delivered through Fusion and all those connections that we have to the whole ecosystem in the automotive market. When you layer AI over the top of it, you start to generate massive results and returns. I think where we are with Fusion, we are very, very close to delivering this fully connected technology stack that the automotive sector has been crying out for many, many years. We are connecting retailers, we're connecting OEMs, the financiers and fleet providers on a single integrated open platform, the ARP, the Automotive Retail Platform.